Hi you guys, I have a really fun video for you today. I am so excited for this one. So my husband and I recently got a new refrigerator freezer for our garage. We have been wanting one forever, but now I am so excited. I'm going to be doing a ton of freezer meal prepping. We never had room before to do a lot of freezer meal prep, just having our one refrigerator in the kitchen. But now that we have this second one, I am so excited. So I'm gonna be sharing with you all of my favorite freezer meals. I'm gonna be doing some like individual serving meals. These are my favorite little plastic, they're reusable containers. I love just grabbing one of these and going. It's kind of like, some people call them like a TV dinner, but it's an individual serving. I'll portion everything out and just grab it from the freezer, put it in the microwave, and lunch or dinner is ready to go. I'll link these containers as well as these containers. They're both from Amazon. I'll put a link for them in the description box. But I'm gonna make a casserole also, and I'm gonna portion it into these containers so that they are just ready to go. Have these little lids. You can write on here what they are and any kind of instructions that you need. So this is what I'm going to be using in today's video to do all of my freezer meal prep. I am going to 100% stock it up. So this video, I am doing it in a collaboration with my great friend, Melissa. She's co-hosting this with me. And we have a bunch of our friends from YouTube that are gonna be doing some freezer meal prep also. So make sure you check out Melissa's channel, my co-host, in the description box, as well as the playlist that we'll have so you can see what everybody is making to fill up their freezers. So let me get all of this going. I'll list it all in the description box as well. Make sure you subscribe too. If you love meal planning and meal prepping as much as I do, tons of stuff on my channel for you. Okay, let's get cooking.
I am poaching some chicken. So I have my boiling water and I'm going to use 3 chicken breasts and I'm going to make a casserole. And I love using poached chicken in casseroles. So I'm going to let this cook now on low. I'm going to put the lid on and it's going to cook for about 30 minutes. So I have my mayonnaise, 1 cup of mayonnaise. I have 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. I'm going to be making a chicken divan. This is my favorite casserole ever. I can literally eat it every single week. That's why I'm making a bunch to put in the freezer. So I'm going to add in now 1 can of cream of chicken. And this has curry powder in it. I love the taste of curry, and so it could be strong to some people. I use about 1.5 teaspoons, and you can do a little bit less if you'd like. So I'm going to mix all of this creamy goodness together, and it's just a really good sauce in this chicken. So I have my little containers that are just perfect for freezing casseroles. Really good, like smaller size, so you're not going to have a bunch of leftovers with this casserole. But it has these little lids, and so I'm going to write the info of the casserole on the lid. I make chicken divan all the time, so I know exactly what I need to do, but you can put how long you need to cook it, if you need to add any other ingredients, the date that you make it. You can add whatever you want onto that lid with your Sharpie. So I've diced up my poached chicken. I'm going to add a layer of that into the bottom of the pan. I have my steamed broccoli. I just steamed this one in the bag. It's super easy, but you can do it on the stove. I'm going to break up some of the bigger pieces into some smaller pieces. But we love broccoli. It's one of our favorite veggies, and it goes so good in this casserole. So I'm breaking up the bigger pieces to make them more bite-size to eat with the bite-size chicken pieces. Once the broccoli is all a little bit smaller, I'm going to add in the sauce. So I'm going to cover the top with the sauce. So I'll put like a dollop on each one, and then I will spread it all evenly and use up all of this remaining sauce that I have, because it's just really good once it cooks and gets all bubbled up with this casserole. And definitely delicious. My kids are not into casseroles. I think they're a little too young maybe. They're 5 and 6, but hopefully they love this casserole as much as I do, and I'll be making it for a very long time. I'm adding on some shredded cheddar cheese. And then on top of this casserole, when you cook it, you put on cornflakes. And so I'm not putting the cornflakes on now because they will get soggy in the freezer. But when I'm ready to cook this, it cooks at 350 for 30 to 40 minutes. But right before I cook it, I will crush up some cornflakes on top, and it is just the best casserole. And it freezes very well, so it's really awesome to have a stock of this in the freezer ready to go. I'm going to use the crock pot, and I love the crock pot. Makes big meals, which is great for portioning out and freezing. So I have 1 pound of taco meat, and I have 2 cups of chicken broth. I use my Better Than bouillon. I have a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. So this is going to be a taco pasta. I'm adding in a Southwest blend of frozen corn, frozen beans, onion, bell pepper, all the good Southwest ingredients, and just frozen, so super easy. Give this a little stir to mix everything up, and then I'm going to cook this in the crock pot. Everything's already cooked, so I'm going to cook this for 4 hours on low, and then I will add in the pasta once that is all heated and cooked through. And so you don't add the pasta like right away. You're going to add it at the end. So give it a stir, and I'm going to use elbow little pastas. You can use macaroni pastas or whichever kind you really like. And I'm going to put the lid back on for 10 minutes. I'm going to give it a stir, and then I'll put the lid on for another 10 minutes. And then all the pasta will be nice and done. You got to add Fiesta blend cheese, of course. I love cheese and everything. So this makes it nice, and just Fiesta blend is just wonderful. We love Southwest flavors. So this one is delicious, and it makes a big, huge batch. So just perfect for portioning out. I love portioning out my food so that I don't overeat. So you can measure what you have. So for this one, I'm going to use 1 cup measuring cup so that I know how much I'm having. And this is really filling with the pasta and the taco meat and the corn and beans, just really filling. So delicious and really awesome to have a stock of this in the freezer. I think that pastas freeze really well. So this one is just great to have. And I love, like I said, portioning things out because you know how much you're having and it's in the portion and you won't overeat. So I'm going to be making a beef stroganoff with some ground beef, but I am first going to cook up. I have half of a diced onion. I have some minced garlic. It's about a teaspoon and a half of minced garlic, but you can mince your own garlic. I have sliced mushrooms, and I've been doing a lot of mushrooms in my freezer meals lately, so they are really good. They freeze well. So I'm just going to stir this all in with my olive oil and cook the onion until it gets nice and soft. So I'm going to cook it for about 6 minutes or so, stirring occasionally. So now I'm going to add in my cooked ground beef. So I have 1 pound of cooked ground beef that I've already cooked up and had portioned out. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to help thicken up this sauce. And I'm going to use a half a cup of sour cream, and this is going to thicken it as well as giving it an awesome flavor. I'm using 1 cup of beef broth, and then I will mix all of this together, make sure everything is combined, that the cornstarch is combined, and this sauce is very yummy, nice and creamy. I love doing creamy sauces for my freezer meals. I love saucy stuff, and the sauces just freeze well. So I've cooked up some egg noodles. I think egg noodles just go so perfectly with stroganoff. So I'm going to put my egg noodles in first. Then I'll portion out my beef part, and this one is so good. Perfect for grab and go lunch or dinner, and everything is portioned ready to go. And I just love this one. Really good and comfort food. Delicious. I love these containers too. They're just perfect for meal prepping as well. So I'm going to do the crock pot. Again, I have some chicken. I have 2 chicken breasts that I've diced up. I have half of an onion, And this is going to be a curry chicken, which is so good with tons and tons of flavor. So I have this Masala simmer sauce, and I love this brand. They have a few different flavors of sauces, but really easy, really delicious, like tons and tons of flavor. So I'm going to cook this in my crock pot on low for about 5 to 6 hours. I don't have a 6-hour setting on my crock pot, so I put it on 8 and then check it at 6. So all done, and I have a side of rice. I just think rice is so good with any kind of like curry type chicken dishes. So I have my rice portioned out, and now I'll portion out the chicken. And I know I keep saying I just love portioning out my meals, but I do. I love to just have them ready to go so I know how much I'm having and I don't overeat, which is one of my biggest things. So if it's in a portion the right size, then I'm way better off. So I'm going to do a creamy Cajun chicken. So I have my 2 chicken breasts, and I'm going to add in a bunch of seasonings. I have some paprika, and add what you prefer. You can add a little bit more, a little bit less than I do. That's your preference. I have onion powder. I'm going to add in garlic powder, as well as some cayenne pepper. Give it some good Cajun spice. I'll add in some chicken broth as well and cook this. Once this is done, I'm going to add in some heavy whipping cream to make it nice and creamy. I'm going to add that at the end and then cook it for another 30 minutes to warm that up. But you don't need to put it in now. You can put it in at the end of the day once this is all cooking. I love using the crock pot for meal prepping, and it just is wonderful because it makes big batches. All of these recipes are just dump and go, which are so easy for me. It's very easy, convenient, quick, all what I like. So I have had this cooking all day for 6 hours on low. And you definitely don't want to overcook chicken. It can get dry. So you want to keep it on low for 5 to 6 hours or else it will get pretty dry. But this is really yummy. It's got a great Cajun flavor. I'm adding in my heavy whipping cream now, like I said. And this is going to get nice and creamy and just a really great flavor. So you can add any kind of side you want with this when you're portioning it out. So I am going to add our favorite veggie is broccoli, but really good veggies with this are zucchini, Brussels sprouts, any kind of great veggie. We do a lot of green beans as well. But I have my rice, and I love doing rice on my individual freezer meals. I feel like it just freezes really well, especially with saucy chicken recipes. So I'm adding in my broccoli, and then I'm going to add in the chicken, and I'm going to make sure I get some of the extra sauce as well to put into the container because the sauce just freezes with everything else and makes everything come out not dry once you heat it up after you freeze it. So all of these meals I just heat in the microwave. You can heat them from frozen, or you can take them out in the morning and just put it in the refrigerator and have it defrost a little bit throughout the day. But really super simple, easy, and really yummy as well. So I'm going to just prep my chicken. So all these crock pot recipes, I used a lot of chicken that I've already had just prepped up. And this makes everything so much easier for me. In the morning, I could just dump the chicken in. I don't have to even get my hands dirty, which chicken is dirty, and you're always washing your hands tons and tons of times when you're cooking. So I like to prep as much as I can and get it all ready to go. So I'm going to be dicing up the chicken, and I'm just going to put it in my freezer containers, and then I'll have this ready to go in the freezer. Before I use these, I like to defrost them so you can take them out like the day before you're planning on using it, and just have it in the refrigerator, and it can defrost throughout the day. But just really easy, making life easier is what I'm all about. We have very hectic schedules, and so this just helps me be more organized, stay healthy. We have lots of healthy food on hand, so we don't have to stop for fast food or eat out, which is super expensive. A family of 4 eating out is just so crazy expensive nowadays. So I like to have no excuses in having stuff ready to go that we can eat and we can all enjoy. So we eat lots and lots of chicken. We also eat lots of tacos. My kids love tacos. I use ground turkey for our taco meat. So this is 3 pounds. And then I am just going to mash it up with my little ground beef meat masher. So I'm going to break it up into all the small pieces, brown this until it's all the way cooked through. Once it's cooked through, I'll add in my taco seasoning and cook it and then portion it into containers. My kids really do love tacos. We have them at least once a week, and it's so quick. So it's all portioned out, ready to go. And Benjamin, he always says, do we have some quick tacos that we can have tonight? Because I just pull it out of the freezer, microwave it for about 3 minutes, and then we have tacos ready to go. So the kids, they love these, and I just love how easy it is. So when the boys have tacos a lot, I like to have like taco crunch wraps on my low-carb tortillas. So we definitely eat a lot of taco meat. I add it onto salads as well on the nights that the boys want to have taco night. So just really easy mixing this up, having it ready to go for any time. So this will last us about 3 weeks because we usually have tacos once a week. So it's just nice not having to cook every single night, but we're still having real food. So I just love that. And I don't love cooking and doing dishes every single day. So I just like to get it all done, all out of the way. I can keep the kitchen much cleaner that way, which is so much better for me. I'm not spending all my time just cooking and cleaning. I can spend more time with the family and enjoy what we're up to, which is a lot. We're so busy right now, but wouldn't have it any other way. So I hope you enjoyed all of these freezer meal ideas that I have for you today. I had so much fun making all of this. My freezer is now stocked, which makes me so happy. I will be doing more videos like this. So I hope that you enjoy, and make sure you check out the playlist in the description box. I had so much fun doing this collaboration with my friend Melissa. Check out her channel as well, and I hope that you have a really wonderful day. I will see you in my next video.